Stand up and shout. Ba-da-da-da-da. Stand up. Let it out. Let it out. Oh, snap. Oh, I'm already live. Oops. Alright, cool. Yep, I'm back. I figured it might be easier just to do it here. Alright, I'm gonna figure out how to do this. Check this out. I'm gonna put this chat on. Hello. Maybe we'll do something crazy here. Alright, so, can I do this? And do that. Alright, there's the chat. Hello. Okay, so, yeah, obviously I'm just knee deep in doing some orders, which is fine. I knew I'd be up late tonight. Yes, very late stream. I think what I'll do is, and it's just going to be kind of more interactive, obviously not opening anything, but you know, I'm going to be printing out labels, talking to you guys about stuff. I can dive into some invoices that I have if you guys want to talk a little bit more on the business side. And I unplugged I guess I should just, well, it doesn't matter if you see my computer tower. It just looks really weird in the top screen, but I don't care. I don't think you guys care either. I've been trying to score some RTX 3080s and 3090s. It's just like nuts. But so for those of you that have ordered from me, a few things are going to be changing. I mean, not that it matters. I was having issues being able to use ShipStation because I didn't have a 4x6 label maker, so that's why I bought this 4XL label writer. So of course that requires different labels and different sizing, and you know, I hope these work. But anyway, so that's what I'm up to. I've recently done 2 more. Is this fan? I got a new fan finally. So is it too much? But yeah, I know it's super late, so I don't expect too many people to come on, but you guys are more than welcome to hang out. We're just gonna this is just kind of behind the scenes what I do. I sit here when everybody's asleep and try to make a community happy and try to make some extra money, and yeah, you know, that's about it. But I do have. I reached out to Rusty, so I'll probably hear from him in the morning. He typically, you know, stops right when his kids get home from school, and you know, totally respectable. Doesn't do any work until the next morning, kind of like banker hours. Dude, look at that! I think I did it. Look at that! So I can print some labels. So, but I'm going to ask him, I think we might be taking a trip to this card store in the Carolinas. So she's got a lot of, I talked to her on the phone today for a while. She's got a lot of theme decks and stuff that I'm going to be buying. I mean, theme decks are not my wheelhouse, but the amount of theme decks that she has, I mean, she's got the Supreme Victors, the Legend Makers, I mean, stuff that is totally not in my wheelhouse, but she's a Magic Yu-Gi-Oh store. Ended up meeting her on eBay, and so we're probably going to do a deal, but then she started talking about singles, and I said, well, what do you have? And so she's like, number 4 of 102 Charizard, you know, number 103 of 100, which is, you know, the Stormfront one. I mean, she just started labeling off about 5 or 6 different Charizards. And so she's obviously got a great collection. So anyways, I asked, I messaged Rusty, we might be taking a trip up there, so maybe we'll do some cool videos or something on the way up there. So stay tuned on that if he wants to go, because I don't think it's going to be, it'd be about 10 hours for me, but I think it'll be like half that for him. So hopefully that would be cool. But yeah, basically all I'm doing is I've got a bunch of orders that I just need to fill, and that's kind of what I'm doing right now. Um, I'm really trying to make sure this time around that I don't do something stupid like ship people extra stuff by yeah. So I'm really hoping to nail that down. I've had one person reach out saying that he's missing something, and I kind of confirmed it by the weight. So as long as I can keep those mistakes down, yeah, I don't know how much value that there would be just to theme decks. I mean, I'm sure that there's some collectors out there. Yeah, so I mean, I'm kind of interested in that. I got my first. I just got my first offer. I don't know if you guys saw, but um, the boxes that I actually got in stock from my vendor on the XY Evolutions are the original 2016 launch ones, which is huge because that could give you the bleeding hollows, the stuff that you really want with XY Evolutions. If you needed the gold card, oh yeah, no, I have not even looked, dude. I'm sorry, I didn't even look yet. And to be honest, I've got the tickets printed for these, but I haven't even done these yet. I'm trying to rush out these Champions Path pre-orders first. I'm just gonna be tied down for quite a while tonight. Obviously, just trying to fill these orders. So, but yeah. No. I'll definitely get to that. Let's see. This guy on eBay. Don't say anything, but I'm gonna try to get him off of eBay so I can give him a better deal and give me a better deal. Some people. Oh, let's see. Where's my notifications? Why is it not giving me? Okay, respond to offer. Here it is. Yeah, I got some more eBay. Dude, golly, man. Okay, so oh my gosh, so it's funny. I can see declined expired offers. So what I did is at $29.99. Oh, I see. Oh, this is interesting. So this guy started at $2,000. Offer declined. Here's some behind the scenes stuff. So I have it at $29.99, right? Which I should have it at like $3,200 since it's from 2016. This gentleman, he originally offered $2,000. Offer declined. It auto declined. I auto declined everything at $2,800. So then he offered $2,100, declined, $2,400, declined, $2,600, declined, now $2,800. So I guess that this is next to his one. Interesting. So respond to this offer, learn more about offers. See, I don't know. Okay, so this is a perfect example of what's wrong with eBay. And I know that there's hardly anybody watching, and I think that this might be one of the most important things that I say. This guy's got 3 reviews, okay? And his account's been since 2019. So, it's $3,000, and this thing is in pristine shape, and I'm going to send it out in pristine shape. And I don't trust eBay. I don't trust this guy. He's got 3 transaction reviews. I'm sorry, like I want to sell it, but I don't know if I want to sell it to this guy that started out at $2,000. Like, I mean, I understand that he wants to start like this is tough for me because I mean, I don't want to just accept it and then send that out there and all of a sudden I got issues like, oh, it's crushed or this or that or whatever. Because that's the problem with eBay is that if he comes over to PokeCharles, at least I know that the ball's in my court, that I know that I'm going to do the right thing to send it to him. And he can't play any games with, I don't know. I just don't trust eBay. Like, I just don't trust it. Well, and it's not even the chargeback. I don't want to lose the product because it's a product. It's an item that I can't get back. And I mean, I get it if it's legit, damn it. I just don't trust the guy. And of course, I live in Florida. It's going to California. So, he has all the power. So, and then again, I don't want to rightfully go out in a message and say, hey, dude, you need to contact me off site, and get him over. So I don't really know, honestly. Yeah, see, here's another guy. He's got 2 reviews. His name's Nopala. Created on August 24th. You know, like, and then you dive into it. So like this Nopala guy, August 24th, 2020, 2 positive reviews. Well, the person that left him the review has 2 reviews themselves. See, you know, so this dude, I don't even think, and that's why I shouldn't even put these on eBay. I don't think I want to mess with them. Yeah, sorry, I'm talking about, I've got the XY Evolution cases that I got in that obviously I'm charging a high price for because I paid a high price for. They came in at the 2016 original run. So, which is with everything that's going on with all the Charizards, that's kind of a prized item because and nobody's been able to confirm this. I mean, I don't know, but I was told that the bleeding and all the bleeding hollows obviously were the original runs. So I don't know if that means that they'll be available on the extra runs or if they fix that. Um, yeah, but anyways, I think I'm just gonna straight decline this dude. I think I'm gonna go back and just make it. I don't know. Well, and see, that's where I started out. Like when you start with eBay, and that's what you've got to do just a lot of card transactions. But now with all these people on eBay, the problem with a card transaction, let's say you sell somebody a $5 card. Well, are you going to pay, you know, what now probably like $3.80 to ship it? So with tracking, no, you want to do a plain white envelope. Well, the plain white envelope, all a guy has to do is say, get the card, keep the card, and then just say, oh, by the way, I never got it. And guess what? You've got to pay it. So, you know, it's almost like you have to, but then David hit it right on the nail on the head. So here's the catch 22. So that buyer has all the power because there's nothing that you can do once you send that card. You send that card plain white envelope. You can't. Let's say that this guy has 1 review and he buys that. You can cancel his order, but you start canceling orders, that counts against you to cancel so many orders. So it's why I'm really trying to get off eBay, in all honesty. I mean, I know some people like Rusty, you know, but he's built a business through eBay. He's a top seller, you know, he gets a lot of perks, and I'm sure that he just he got out of the mini card game. So he doesn't really do cards. But anyways, I mean, that's just kind of my rant. Like that literally just came in and I don't think I want to accept it. Sure, do I want to sell a $3,000 booster box? I do. I really do, but I don't know. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to start talking to this guy. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a counter offer. Because that's the other problem. It's not letting me. I'm trying to get this guy like his name and allow me to send a message to him, but it's like got me blocked from being able to send a message to him. The only thing I can do is accept it or make a counter offer. Like when I go to try to type his name in, it won't let me pull him up to send a message. So that's my only concern, is that I'd like to talk to him before I even counter offer anything. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to let the offer know. See, I don't know. There's got to be a way that I can just straight message this guy. Anybody know? Like, I mean, I got to be able just to message this guy outside of a. Can I just go to his? Okay, here's his name. So I click on the message that I get for the offer. Here's the buyer, RYT120. There it is. Okay, contact. There it is. All right, so I'm going to reach out to this guy. I'm just going to, it's not about an item, whatever. It's not about another. All right, here's what I'm going to do. Hey, man, thank you. I got to be careful with this. I don't want to just lead him off of eBay, but it would be, because the other thing, just so you guys know, like, I don't know if you guys know, but I also have that Sezzle app. I think I've told you guys he can do 6 weeks. Yeah, but anyways, eBay's gotten really smart blocking it. I've done it in the past. Now they have a lot of protections. Oh yeah. No, you just gotta like for instance, like I don't want to be a scumbag, but I'm just gonna talk to this guy. I don't mind selling it on eBay if he's cool. I'm just concerned with the low reviews and everything. I had perfect case. Like I bought a $1,000 booster box yesterday, a Plasma Blast, and the guy sends it out. Priority mail express is what he says. He sends it, and then the tracking that he loads, it says it's a FedEx number. So I try to load the number in the FedEx, it doesn't work. And then tonight he's like, "Oh, hey, by the way, your booster box was loaded on a different truck, so it's not going to get there." And I'm just like, "Dude, cancel my order." And of course, I ended up talking to him. He's a new buyer. He just didn't know what he was doing. He loaded the wrong carrier and everything. He totally botched it, but my whole thing was is that, "Oh, here I go, I'm getting scammed again." Because they input a tracking number that's coming to me, but he didn't actually send the item. Anyways, we're going way down the rabbit hole, but um, there's a lot of things wrong with eBay right now, especially in regards to Pokemon, because um, it, I can just see nightmares happening with Pokemon with how many the prices are changing on these raw cards. You've got to be really, really careful with what you say with raw cards. People are going to take advantage of them. They're going to want money off. You're not going to be able to get what you want. It's going to be bad. It's only going to get worse as this Pokemon gets more popular. But with that being said, I'm super glad that I'm able to personally get people to come over to the store a lot more. So, and sorry, I'm probably rambling just because I'm tired as well. But a booster box. Just wanted to introduce myself and talk to you a bit more about it before going through with a counter offer or acceptance. Let me know when you get a chance. Respond to this and we can go from there. Thank you and nice to meet you. Thank you. Thanks. No, that's way too many thanks. Adam. All right, so what I did here is I went and I messaged him outside of the transaction. I want to try to obviously check his English grammar, make sure he's not like, "Oh, hello, yes, booster box, good, yes, I want this." Just see if I can get a dialogue and conversation going with him. So, yeah, raise. I mean, now, so as far as a seller, what you have to do is, and that's the problem. Like right now, actually, I have 4 orders that I have to do. I think I moved the envelopes up front. But they're just World Championship cards. But I left my World Championship cards on there because they cost me like 3 cents, and I'm selling them for $2.50, $3.50. But I'm printing out labels of 50-cent stamps. So technically, let's say, now here's the thing. Like, so you just getting started, I recommend doing this, and hopefully there's more good than bad out there. And I think that as long as you're playing with smaller collections of cards and not your, like your Charizards right now and stuff like that. So World Championship cards are great cards. They always sell all the time. But let's say, you've got your $3 or $4 or $5 cards. You could play it safe. And of course you can, maybe bump that card up to $6 to $7 and then encompass your tracking in there, because you're protected once you send tracking. And the other thing, just so you know, and I know that I've said this a lot, but I don't know if hopefully there's some new people on here. When you word your description of your card, you don't need to say that it's near mint, light played, moderately played, heavily played. Don't use any of those words, because my definition of lightly played is totally different than your definition of lightly played. I don't care what you say, because we're different people. So even though you might accept my lightly played, it's totally different. So you just need to say, "Hello, thanks for looking at my Cubone, 37 of 68. This card was pulled personally by me in a pack, and the pricing is to be sold as pictured." So what does that mean? Well, that means that you're selling that card for that price, and based on that price and the pictures that you show, that's what the card is worth. So, no, you're not selling the card as new. Um, Now, I mean that's yeah, you're not selling it as new. You're selling it as based on, here's my card. Based on the pictures shown, this price is how do I say it? I say this card is priced to move based on the pictures of the card. So when that person goes to say, and say you put tracking on that. So if that guy goes to complain, you're protected because you said that it's priced per the pictures. So if he tries to say there's a scratch on the picture, and that's the thing, you need to make sure that you do show, like, if there's if there's a tear or a bend or whatever, you need to show that. HR matter, yeah. You just need to make sure that you're not using the words that, oh, this is lightly played because of this scratch. Because then they can be like, hey, man, this guy says it's lightly played, but, lightly played, you can't have a scratch with lightly played. So then all of a sudden, and just so you know, even if you say you don't accept returns, buyer protection, I can buy a $10,000 box, and if it gets to me, if I don't like it, I can send it right back. Because I'm the buyer, I'm protected. So it's just if you guys got any questions with that, and that's where I'm trying to pull out of eBay, because of the bigger ticket items. I don't want to have issues with big ticket items. I don't want to have issues with little ticket items. But I mean, for the most part, don't get me wrong, and that's the Pokemon community had always been pretty cool, but as this has exploded, that's when you start to see all these posts. And what I can tell you is that if something is fishy, something doesn't seem right with your transaction, buyer or seller, you need to just always communicate inside the message system, and just be smarter than the scammer. That's all I can tell you. And I'm sorry that we've kind of gotten way off track here. I'm just supposed to be printing labels and doing work, but I think that's very important information, especially for people trying to get started on eBay. Now is a terrible time to do it, only because the market on Pokemon has just exploded. So when something like this explodes, then of course all your scammers are going to come in and try to take advantage of it by, especially like flash flyer cards and all those GX and EX cards. I mean, there's going to be tons of fake cards on here. Anytime anybody says there's a booster box for $50 and it says 324 pieces, that's a fake booster box. So if it's too good to be true, it's too good to be true. But yeah, I don't want to scare anybody from going on eBay, because I mean, obviously it does have a lot of worth. I'm just scared for people, especially myself. Like, I mean, you can see my ratings. I've been, and this is the account that I set up. I mean, I've been on eBay since the early 2000s on my wife's account, and it was hard starting out because there were some people that I felt like didn't want to buy some of the bigger stuff, but I could understand, because it was an account that was just created. They're kind of in a no-win situation as well with all these scammers that have taken. I sent a Charizard theme deck to a person, and then and this is where you're protected. This is a perfect scenario of getting scammed. I sent a sealed Charizard theme deck to a gentleman, and then he gets it and then says in chat, basically like, hey, I didn't get it. Well, so I checked the tracking. I have him verify his address. It's the address I sent the tracking to, so I'm covered, right? Okay. So then he goes, oh, hey, yeah, it was over at my neighbor's house, and I got it, but it's opened. It's not sealed. And so he's like, I need to send it back because it's not what it said it was. Well, okay, so here's the problem, is that him as the buyer, he can send it back, just like we talked about. He can send it back because he doesn't like it. But he said a false statement that it wasn't sealed. So now if that was the first item that I had sold, I would probably be in trouble. But that's where me as the seller, they look at my history, but they also look that item I had sold like 50 of with zero complaints and, beautiful wrappings, shipping, blah, 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 blah. Well, so this guy says that he wants to return it, right? So once he starts the return process, it gives you an automatic return slip from eBay with the return label. Okay. So that's eBay's way to track that he's sending it back. Once he sends it back and it comes back to my house, it automatically gives him the money back in the system. Okay. This is where eBay is extremely flawed, and you have to be very careful. That guy sent back, I am not lying. I will find it on my old phone. He sent back rocks, sticks, dirt, and bottle caps inside that return label. I promise it was the most ridiculous thing I had ever seen. I had to, and see, this is where they get away with it, because it was only like $25, right? So most people aren't gonna, and eBay's not trained. Dude, I had to go way over. They made me get a police report. It got way out of hand. But this dude, literally, the way the system worked is that, think of how many people are like, oh, it's a $20 item. Whatever. I'm not going to worry with it because I don't have time to deal with it. It's just very, 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 very scary, but I don't want to scare you away from it. But you just have to be smarter than them. And the entire time, as soon as he said he didn't get it, I was in touch with eBay. And I said, hey, this guy said he didn't get it. Here's the tracking. And now look at the messages. He's saying this, he's saying that. And as long as you're communicating with eBay the whole way, like, you're pretty good. Now, that one I had to do a little bit more than I feel like I had to do, and I did report that to their management. But yeah, anyways, but that all goes into your history with eBay, that you helped with this issue, and so just do it the right way, and it'll eventually build. Let's see. If you were to sell sealed Charizard promos from the ETBs, would I list those new? Okay. Oh, so you guys are talking about like new or used. To be honest with you, I do everything on Shopify. I don't think people really look at that. But I believe that it actually just says everything is used. But I don't think anybody's going to, because you can only say new or used if I'm not correct, or if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, so technically those would be sealed items, so they would be new items because they're still sealed. If you open them at that point, they would be considered used. But I don't think when someone's looking for that Charizard promo, they're not going to be looking to say whether it's new or used. That's not going to hurt you in a case, or from what I've seen. I've never had. I had some guy try to say that I think I had a super damaged Charizard listed as new, and he tried to say, well, it said that it was new. Well, clearly the pictures show that it wasn't. So I mean, eBay's not gonna. They're smarter than that, if that makes any sense. Hey, Dayman. Sorry, I think I already said that. Sorry, it's like, seems like eBay is really hard. Not only buyer protection is too strong, but there are a bunch of fees. You've got to build fees into your pricing. You just got to. Wouldn't it be sufficient to video record packaging products before sending them out? It's too much. I mean, that's all. It doesn't really matter, because even if let's say you video recorded a package going out, like of a card or something, eBay only goes by the tracking number. Sorry, my headset cut out at the 30-minute mark. So for instance, like if you send a plain white envelope out and you do a video recording that's sending out, he can still say that he didn't got it, even though you got it. Now some of the ways that I got the scammers is that I would send, for a while there, when I started having a rash of people saying that they weren't getting it, I would send a code card in there, and I would say, well, that's weird. The code card's used, but I sent you a new one. But anyways, eBay will say you don't have the tracking number, so they can get their money back. So plain white envelope is just at your risk, and hopefully they're not gonna screw you over. You just want to be careful on eBay. Don't be afraid to do research on the product you're looking for, looking through seller reviews. Yeah, and also don't forget like what I just did with this guy here. You know, he started out $2,000 on an item that I have at 3,000. But I'm concerned with his low amounts, so I've started communication with him. So the communication has been started with this guy. So I'm going to take pictures of the product, list more pictures on that, and then talk to this guy. And if it sounds sketch, then I'm just going to decline his offer. But if we start communicating well, then you know it should be a safe transaction. But you're just going to have to go through a little bit of work. But at the end of the day, you know that's kind of what I do. It's a $3,000 box that cost me, you know, 1,900 probably. So, you know, I mean, I'm gonna make a few $100, but I can make more if I get people obviously on my Shopify site. But anyways, that's we got way off on a tangent there. I was just gonna, you know, talk about some of the items that I have coming in, but yeah, I mean, if you guys have any questions like that, I mean, I can go on and on about that stuff. But I mean, that's kind of I guess that's why I've been so successful at what I do. I mean, I literally just started this at the ground up, and I'm not trying to brag, but I try to think of things differently, I guess. Like I took some weird corporate management tests and I scored in like the 3% of like some random weird business type sense thinking. So I think of things a little bit differently, but I always try to make sure that, like with eBay, like ingrain yourself into the eBay world. Um, you know, so when you have a situation, just be like, hey, you know, take a look at some of these things that have happened in the past and the resolution on them. And that just really helps you because they notate everything. And, you know, all these systems out here, it doesn't matter if it's your insurance company or whatever. I mean, it's just good to do good business. Because you've only got your name out there, and especially if you're trying to build an eBay account, just over communicate. Yeah, I think I did end up getting Pokeball 10s. So she didn't confirm if they'd have evolutions in them, so I didn't really want them, but I looked on the invoice and I guess I ordered them anyway. So I mean, I'm not too worried about it. Okay, so now here's a perfect example. So this guy ordered two Rayquaza. Oh, he'd ordered that on eBay? Hold on. No, I'm sorry. He ordered that off the site. I was gonna say here's two cards off eBay. It's $4.98. So I have to send that plain white envelope. But the nice thing is that and this is where people are scared to buy just off random sites, and that's where your reputation comes in. So I'm gonna send this to this guy plain white envelope, but I think he's ordered from me before anyway, so obviously the trust factor is already there. But two Rayquaza Black Star promos, I bought those from Rusty. I think I bought them for $1 a piece. So I'm in $2 plus an envelope plus some top loaders plus sleeves plus the 3% Shopify fee plus, you know, plus this plus that plus the team bag, the envelope, the label to print, you know, for a $5 transaction. So I can't afford to pay the $2.89 or whatever it is to get tracking. So, but if I sell 100 of these and 50 people review on eBay, then now I've got 50 reviews on eBay, positive and all this and that. So now my eBay is going. So you're going to have to spend money to make money type situation on stuff like that. But at the end of the day, if you get hit, you know, there's not much you can do about it if someone's going to be super shady. No, I wish I did, David. They hold on. Here's the email that I got. Let's see what it say here. Stand by. Yeah, I was I don't want to say I was miffed, but I was told to expect it, so I was let's see. working on allocations until really late yesterday. They were not finished. Supposed to get them to me for my suggestions today, but I've been buried with walk-ins. Yeah, so I do need to run your card for the pallet shipment plus credit card fee. Of course, we did not get your order out of Kentucky today. We've been swamped and about 18 orders behind schedule. We are not able to find the last case of Unified Mind 3-pack blisters, so I'm going to be short that. Yeah, so this is a good email. So basically and this is every industry. So Pokemon getting to this major distributor can't even get unburied from what they have going on. So, and that's what's creating the Champions Path people, especially during the first run, shorting people, like these Hidden Fate ETBs. Yes, some distributors have given them their allocations. So I am behind on that, but there are people that are over allocating. What I think we honestly need to do, guys, and the only problem is that I can't really do it. Yes, that is my main distributor. And they're out of Kentucky. I love them to death. My only issue is that my pallet drops the way that my pallets come. They're coming too late. We're going to have to fix that somehow. But obviously, the pallet weight, I can't afford to ship that direct UPS non-freight. But the way it works, it goes to Kentucky to Atlanta, and the Atlanta hub, obviously, just like every other industry, they don't have enough people to process all the stuff going through the hub. So it sits there literally for 3-4 days. And then from there, it goes to the Dothan hub. Well, the Dothan hub only runs down here once to twice a week. So if it comes in the day after that they just ran, then it sits there again. So trying to figure that out. I don't want to go away from them, but I have moved quite a bit of business over to a distributor out of Jacksonville. And like I put in an order. Well, I put in the order for the XY Evolutions yesterday, and it was at my doorstep today. So that's hard to. It's going to be tough personally because obviously I'm going to have to split some of the business even though I don't want to, but I have to be very careful about that because I don't want it to alienate my growth. But I want to expand some growth to other distributors, so I'm on top of the totem pole on a few distributors, if that makes sense. But yeah, no, I mean it's all kind of a shell game. But you know, the guys in Kentucky are great, but they are buried. I mean, they just don't have enough manpower, so they're behind. So, which it's not good to be behind right now because everybody wants their stuff come launch day. But with that being said, I feel very confident after talking to him that I would be very surprised if I didn't get very many. I'm expecting to get quite a bit. I don't think I'll get my full 100 cases. It would be nice if I got 100 cases, but there's a few other sources that I'm trying. So we have plenty of time because obviously it's almost another month before it drops. And I know people are itching. And so obviously I know I'm missing some sales on the pre-orders, but I don't want to be that guy that has to go back on anything. But with that being said, probably even if they don't tell me on Friday, we'll launch some Hidden Fates ETBs. I don't know where I want to be yet on them. I'm seeing prices. Oh, that's what I wanted to say. We need to start. Oh my God. I got an invite to this Facebook group where this guy is actually selling his pre-orders for 200 and it was either 229 or 249. This guy is actively selling his pre-orders. He's probably paying $32 for the ETBs. Absolutely made me sick to my stomach. I left the group immediately. But that group had 900 people in it. And it had some key people in the community that obviously I think they just join when they get the invite. But unbelievable. Unbelievable. And his justification was that it's going to be such a tight reprint. And I mean, we just don't know it yet. I mean, yeah, for the most part, people are going to get their allocations, but I mean, it's not that tight to where you have to charge that. But I mean, people are paying it. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. So, um, yeah, it's, in my opinion, there's, if I would have to look it up. I mean, obviously, I don't have the time to do that now, but here's how I honestly feel about that. And I'm sorry, guys. I know this is probably extremely boring, but it irritates me that, like in the state of Florida, that's price gouging. I'm sorry, straight up, because that's like 6 times MSRP, and I don't see how. Now, granted, maybe if he runs his business, like we're a fair trade practice state here, to where there are some states to where price gouging only applies to like healthcare items in time of a hurricane, or water generators, stuff like that. Um, but that guy, honestly, like if he's buying from a distributor at a legit business, like he should be turned in for price gouging. I don't know, man. That's just my opinion. I'm not trying to hate on the guy. I mean, obviously, and see, that's where I don't know. Like, it's a private group on Facebook. I think it depends on what state he's in. But it's, how in the world is he getting away with that? Like, I don't know. I just put myself, like, if that guy's buying from if I was his distributor and I knew that he was charging that much, I would be like, screw you, dude. But I mean, it's none of my business in that respect. If he's in a private group and selling it, I mean, I can't do anything but just shake my head, because it's just unbelievable. Because I don't want to charge $100 for the ETBs, but if that's the price that they're going for, honestly, because I see people that have put them out there for like $69.95, but they put like one ETB out there and then they were sold out. So I don't think anybody knows where they're going to land yet. I mean, in all honesty, probably what's going to happen is that on Friday, I haven't made up my mind yet, but probably on Friday, I'm going to start them out at $99.99, or like, no, probably going to start them out like $89.99. Um, I don't know. That's my thought process so far. Be around $89.99, because that gives me money to where, you have to go back to think. So I run a business, right? So let's say that I normally sell 10,000 units at a $10 markup. Okay. So, but now, instead of selling my normal 10,000 units, I've been allocated to only be able to sell 3,000 units. So, but I still have the same amount of bills and everything. So I automatically have to, since I only have 3,000 units, and that's created this secondary market, I need to be at 3 times my normal price. So I need to be, well, $35 more than what I was, to make the same money that I normally have on a normal run of product. And I think that that's where the rub is that I don't think it's the fault of these people, because they have bills to pay and everything, but I do think that, um, yeah, see, I heard originally a lot of things about Game Nerds. I would follow their pricing, and then I heard that they had a complete, um, I don't want to say alienation, but there was a lot of people in here saying that they had a lot of issues in Champions Path of, uh, I don't know, so I can't speak to it, but it's actually funny that you mentioned that, because when they went to $74.99, I was following their pricing structure. I started at $44.99 myself on Champions Path when it first launched, and I kept going up from there. Um, but I had heard some things, I guess in regards to something that happened. I don't know. But anyways, yeah. So I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't have a good answer, but I know the answer is not $229 or $249. I mean, that's just absolutely ridiculous. But I mean, um, I don't know, man. I don't have the right answer, but if I can get 100 cases, I'm cool at selling, for like $60 a case. Um, because they went up. Oh no. Oh, dude, my monitor came back in stock. No way. Um, yeah. So I don't know, man. It's just I don't know about the hidden fates. What would be nice is that if they do like a 10. Yeah, I had heard good things. I think it was Zen Churian and Epic Tube that had said that. I guess they had some sort of major issue, but again, like it's like you said, they were a good company, and I think everybody with Champions Path. I don't think that they were thinking to get allocated as much as they did, and I think that that's what created their normal. Because you got David, you hit it right on. Like that's what we were talking about. Like they had their 10,000 units that they always get with a $10 markup, so they're making their money by being able to sell at a lower cost because of course they're selling way more units. But when Pokemon stretch them down and cut off their normal allocations, well, they're like, oh well, just because Pokemon sent us less, that doesn't mean that we don't pay our people less or have less bills or anything like that. So what can we do? Well, we have to jack the price. We've got to take the price increase. um Yeah, and I mean that's the other thing. Then you start looking at different sources, and it's like, okay, well, let me open up an account with you guys. Well, with this guy, I get him, for $30, and now this guy's going to charge me 35 because I'm a new customer. So I mean, it kind of, you know. But that's kind of where I'm at. I mean, I'm very proud of where we've been with our distributor. I mean, I'm obviously not at Rusty level yet, but well, I mean, I'll tell you guys. Let's see. Let's look at some numbers here. Let's look at where we're at. Let's see. Where am I at? Oh, of course. Oh, look at this. Shopify's changed the look of their store. Of course they have. Why wouldn't they just keep it the way that I needed to keep it? Analytics. Here we go. All right. So let's take a look at. I'm just curious to see where we're at for the month. All right, month dates. So this, I love it. So month to date right now, we're at $40,000 in sales, which is up 42% from September. And September was the best month that we had. So this is the key that I'm extremely proud of. The online store is $36,498 of that. It's up 119%. eBay is only 2,500, down 77%. That's exactly what I want. Average order value is $206. So every time I put a box, it's a $200 box. I mean, that's what I'm trying to build. I'm trying to package, and it's so funny. I mean, I can't take credit for it. But I'm seeing a lot of sites like Safari Zone, and all these people. They're now all doing 2-pack bundles. I notice a lot of 2-pack because I've been doing 2-pack bundles pretty much since I've started and switched over to it. Because it just makes sense. Because if I'm using a 8x8x4 box to send an ETB that costs me, 27 cents for the box, and I can go to a 31-cent box and do an 8x8x8 and add another ETB for, a quarter of the price, more margin for me. Yeah, Peter, no, that's really cool that you're doing that in accounting class. I mean, I went to school for a little bit, but then I did not get a degree. So definitely make sure you get your degree. My brother and I actually work for the same corporation. He's got a Master's of Science, and we've both done very well, but he's been able to get to the executive staff a little bit faster than I will be able to, I think, because of that piece of paper. Not that it's always, I mean, obviously every situation is different, but that gives him a little more clout to get into executive roles, obviously, because I mean that's a nice piece of paper to have. But yeah, good on doing that for sure. Yeah, no, sorry, David. I think I looked at. Oh yeah, the mystical GC. I heard about that. That's not good. But yeah, no, I had always heard good things from game nerds, and I mean, obviously, if Champions Path was like their big, everybody got up in arms. I could totally understand it because I mean they were doing it just like any other release, and it was Pokemon at the last second that said. But that's what's so funny that I don't know if you guys saw the live stream earlier. I know that Peter and a couple guys were on it. These are original. They haven't reprinted anything. These are original prints. So Pokemon's always had these. They're the ones that are staging this, creating this. Now, I mean, could the distributors have had them all along and Pokemon just said you can't send the? I don't know. It's going down a little bit further down the rabbit hole than I want to go, but I'm just looking over some orders here real quick because I do want to get additional ETBs out if I can, and I do think that I'm going to have a couple extra cases. So let's see, pick lists. What do I need to pick? Yeah, we should be fine. Okay, there's 8 ETBs there. Where are those 8 ETBs coming from? All right, cool. Yeah, now it's just there it is. Okay. Yeah. All right, so good on that. Just checking all my orders here just to make sure everybody's gonna get with it. It's pretty cool when I see an order come in. Like I saw this guy order the 3-pack Cosmic Eclipse blister, and he lives like 10 minutes down the road. So he's buying it for his son. They live in a different city next to us, so our kids wouldn't know each other. But it's just cool now. I've reached out to him. And I'll share this story because I feel for this guy. So this guy's trying to get into collecting for his son. So somehow he was led to our store, probably through Google, and he bought a 3-pack Cosmic Eclipse blister. And so I'm like, hey, obviously I'm not a weirdo. Like I don't want to have to come meet you, but I'm just like, we just happen to be, about 10 minutes down the road from you. I'm more than happy just to drop it off at your doorstep, get it to you, whatever. And so he responds back. He's like, no, thanks for looking out, man. Like, I'm trying to get my son into this. And he's like, yeah, we found this Cosmic Eclipse booster box on, Amazon. And he starts showing pictures of pulls, and I'm like, oh, it's pretty sure that that's a fake booster box. So, and that's the problem because his kid wants to get into it, so his father wants to support him. And the father tries to go out and buy something because he doesn't know about it, and he's buying fake stuff. And that makes me so upset, like visually, like I'm probably upset. That makes me so upset because that poor kid thinks, and I mean, it doesn't matter. He's got his shiny cards and all that stuff, but in the grand scheme of things, like that's not right. And so obviously I talked to the dad and I'm going to go over there and help them. But like, that's what this is all about. Like the guy goes out and spends his hard earned money. He's actually in the armed forces. Everybody that pretty much works around here is at the Air Force Base, the Eglin Air Force Base. He went on Amazon and got a fake booster box and had no clue. It's BS. But anyways, yeah, that's just, ETBs of Champions Path or Hidden Fates. I'll have some extra Champions Path. Anthony, I don't know if you got my email. I had 2 orders for you that I had some weights off. So I just combined them into one big order. I sent you an email with the new UPS tracking number. So I've got that boxed up in there. It'll go out tomorrow. So you use that tracking number. That'll have all your stuff on it. And I recapped it in the email to you what you're getting. but yeah, I will have some extra Champions Path, but I don't think that there's going to be a rush for that. It's totally up to you guys because I do have a lot of dub wool coming. So, and the dub wool will be readily available, so that'll be at MSRP. We're going to kind of see that shift, guys, to where I think that your Hatterines and your dub wools, specifically your dub wools, those are going to be your MSRP items to where you can get your best price per packs. Your ETBs are obviously always going to be a little bit higher. I think that Marnie box is going to be a really good investment box with the playmat. I have not opened the playmat, so I mean, unless it's doo-doo, it should be a really good thing. But I found a Unified Minds blister at Walmart that was resealed. It was insane. Someone opened it and glued the packs. I noticed that my Walmart now actually has a camera that extends out into the area. I don't even know why they do it because there's never any Pokemon cards there. But yeah, I mean, it's really getting to the point to where if you want to buy something, you really have to just. It kind of stinks because I think a lot of the like to go find a Champions Path ETB out at the store, like that's some of the thrill, especially for people in our age group. That the thrill of the hunt. And, you know, for me personally, like, even though I still have, you know, I had 500 ETBs sitting here, I still love to go to the Target to see if I can get an ETB. Because I don't like to open up a lot of my product, obviously, because I'd like to sell it to you guys, but I like to just go out and have the hunt. All right, well, good. So, yeah, I haven't opened up any of them, but, oh, nice, you pulled a Rainbow Rare. Dude, there's actually been a lot of people that have pulled a lot of good stuff from our boxes lately. So that's good. I'm glad. That means we're getting lucky, which is good. Policies not accept returns of Pokemon. Yeah, no, I mean it's a sad thing, but my wife and she got mad at me because I went like looking around at Target, but I went into you know, I walked around Target till I could find a manager, and I walked them over and just showed them that their entire Pokemon, and they don't have the Pokemon section and the toy section anymore at mine. I know that some of them still do, but personally ours, they don't have it anymore. It's all up in the front now. They literally just had people that they just left empty boxes, just took everything out of it. It's crazy. Yeah, see, the hunt is fun. I mean, you know, I think that's part of it, and you know, now I don't want to say it's ruined, but definitely now for the next little while with all this stuff going on, you know, you'll have that person at Target like Katie had, you know, trying to school her because he sees all these YouTube videos about how to go in and find this and that, you know, and he doesn't even know he's looking for it, you know. Yeah, Peter, it's funny. I actually had a guy. He ended up leaving positive feedback, but I had already like pretty much told eBay that I'm gonna fight his feedback because he's like, oh, this is resealed because I didn't get any good hits. It was a Darkness Ablaze ETB. I'm like, dude, you're an idiot. I'm like, so just because you didn't get any good hits, it's automatically resealed. Like, I mean, it's just, I'm so glad that I'm getting off eBay. Now, granted, it's 2 o'clock, so I'm about to get off. But what's funny is that if you guys have been here when we first started, and the guy that made the request, he has not responded. So I've got a pretty good feeling that I'm not going to be selling that XY Evolution booster box to that guy. I don't know. Maybe I'm that guy, but when I go in and see it, I just grab it on the shelf. Like if I mean, you know, but at the same time, like, I mean, obviously I've got a lot of product back here I sell to a lot of local people and kids and stuff, and you know. All right, guys. Well, yeah, this is just kind of behind the scenes. This is what I do during nights I get pallets. Obviously, I've not done as much work as I wanted to, but I prepped. That was my 1 hour. The only thing that I really have to get into, which I just need to get a couple of the Unbroken Bond booster boxes out. So other than that, I'm pretty much caught up. Well, yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely, Anthony. That's the biggest problem is that, you know, I mean, and that goes to like, you know, even simple stuff now, like Xbox controllers and, you know, things like that. Like they're not even going to get to the shelf because of people. Um, yeah, no, I have to be up for a 7:30 call, so I have to be up in 5 hours for a real work call. So, but yeah, the third party people, yeah, whatever, man. It's just a mess, and it's not going to get any better. It's going to get way worse before it gets better. But you know, you find places obviously like myself and you know, game nerds, and I think that Safari Collectibles has a pretty good Facebook following. Um, you know, I think for the most part we treat people about as good as they can get treated. I mean, I haven't really had anybody that's been totally unsatisfied. Knock on wood, I don't think I've really had. Yeah, as a matter of fact, I had one guy complain that he had some damaged shipping, but we took care of that. But of course, that I probably should have packed it a little bit tighter. But you know, this is growing pains for me too as well. Um, you know, because I'm exploring better packaging options and boxing options and stuff. But just we're actually going to have I think we're going to get a stamp to where we're actually going to stamp. I don't want to do custom boxes; they're just a little too expensive. I just have to jack my prices up to pay for them. But I think we're gonna get a like a PokeCharles logo stamp and put those on each box. I don't know. Just thought that'd be cool. But all right, guys, I'm out. I gotta get to sleep. I ended up just reloading my label and my Dymo and not printing out anything. So obviously, I don't think I'm gonna be able to do this because I'm gonna end up going on rambling things and not working. So, but anyways, I'll probably just end up doing it again. But Friday we'll do. I promise. Friday we'll do some Hidden Fates ETBs. Promise. All right, guys. See you. Bye.